This video is brought to you by America First Insight. Help support the growing conservative movement by becoming a member today. And if you want to support this channel, you can also use the code REAL when becoming a member. Thank you and enjoy the video. So a couple weeks ago, the big beautiful bill passed the House, and right now it's stuck in the Senate as a lot of people are skeptical about it even passing, as several Republican senators are saying they're not going to vote for it right now. They want even more spending cuts, which most people would agree we need that. We're spending way too much money, and if we don't make the cuts now, we're never going to get out of this hole. But the point is, it does seem like the bill is in trouble, and it's not just some senators here and there that are mad about the bill. No, there's a lot of people within the Trump base that want even more cuts. And the biggest name of them all, of course, is Elon Musk. As a couple days ago, he went on national TV and he basically said that he doesn't like the big beautiful bill. He thinks it does nothing. And it's really the first time in this administration that Elon Musk and President Trump have split on anything. Now, before we continue with today's video, guys, I need you to like and share this video right now. This is the best way to support the content. It helps the video out in the algorithm, so like and share the video right now. And if you aren't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe right now. These are all great ways to support the daily content, but enough of the promotional stuff. We got to talk about this big split between President Trump and Elon Musk, because it's the first time we've had any kind of public split. Now, obviously, a couple months ago, we had some reports that Trump was getting kind of fed up with Musk. Not that he hated him, but he thought it was getting a bit too far and kind of insane what Musk was doing, which I should be clear, Elon Musk did a good job. Right, he started DOGE up, and it was a good idea. It started pretty good. I mean, what they were uncovering was crazy. They were finding a bunch of fraud. They discovered what was going on at US aid. It was good. But after a while, a lot of people got kind of sick of it. Like, yeah, they're doing good stuff, but okay, this is going a bit too far. We want major cuts and all that, but this seems kind of crazy what was happening. So Elon Musk, he kind of got forced out indirectly. He wasn't like fired by Trump, but after his time was up, he kind of just left the White House, and he still is an advisor, but he's not as influential as he was just a couple months ago. Well, despite that, most people thought that the DOGE cuts would have codified by now. And as of now, no, there's been no codification of the DOGE cuts whatsoever. The big, beautiful bill doesn't include anything like that, and it's making people kind of frustrated, like, what was the point? We have DOGE here doing a good job. I know there's been criticism of it, but overall, they've done a great job in exposing the fraud and the waste in the government. It's not $5 trillion or whatever like they were pushing for, but it's still hundreds of billions of dollars at least, and that's a tip of the iceberg. Well, despite that, the Senate and the House, they haven't codified anything. They've codified nothing. And the big, beautiful bill, yeah, it doesn't include any of the DOGE stuff. And that's why Elon Musk right now is kind of disappointed. And he's kind of breaking away from Trump on this one issue. Not that they hate each other. I want to be clear about that. They don't hate each other or whatever. It just, this one issue, they're kind of split on a little bit, though it's kind of misleading. But the point is, Musk is not happy. Which, if you think about it for a minute, it kind of makes sense, because Elon Musk has spent many months on DOGE. Not just a couple months. When you think about it, he was probably preparing this for like 9 months now. So in like September of 2024, he was probably talking about it then. Actually, he was. So this has been something he's been working on for almost a year now. And right now, the Senate, for no reason, or the House, they haven't codified anything. And that's why Musk is going on CBS and saying, well, I'm kind of disappointed. I want to see more cuts happen. That's what he's mad about. He's just upset that the DOGE stuff isn't being codified, because this is stuff that anyone with a brain should agree we got to cut. The US aid stuff, we got to talk about the fraud and waste they're finding everywhere. This is basic stuff. And right now, it's not $5 trillion or whatever, but it's still a good starting point. And right now, we're not getting those cuts. Which I would be mad also, because think about it. He's been there for 6 months and nothing's been codified, even though every Republican agrees, yeah, we gotta cut this. Yeah, we gotta cut that. This is clearly fraud. This is clearly waste. We gotta cut all of this. So they even agree that we have to cut this. But right now, they have cut nothing. Nothing of note. Well, in the defense of the Republicans in the House and the Senate, the process is stupid. It's insane. It's very dumb how it works. But effectively, the big, beautiful bill, it's focused on mandatory spending, like Medicaid, Medicare, that sort of stuff. That's the focus of the big, beautiful bill. This is the mandatory spending. And there are other things like the tax cuts and all of that. But the other things we want, like the DOGE cuts, well, that's a separate ordeal. And we can't include it in this bill because then it becomes a mess to pass. You need like 60 votes to pass it. It becomes very ugly. And Speaker Mike Johnson actually explained the process. Elon Musk and the entire DOGE team have done incredible work exposing waste, fraud, and abuse across the federal government. From the insanity of U.S. aid spending to finding over 12 million people on Social Security who are over the age of 120. The House is eager and ready to act on DOGE's findings so we can deliver even more cuts to big government that President Trump wants and the American people demand. When the White House sends its rescissions package to the House, we will act quickly by passing legislation to codify the cuts, and the House will use the appropriations process to swiftly implement President Trump's 2026 budget. And that's what they're going to do. Now, I know that sounds kind of insane, it's very dumb, but that's a process we got to deal with. It's very stupid, it's very complex, I get that. But it's the only way we can do it without having to get like 60 votes or whatever. It's stupid, but it's the only way. And that's why some of the criticisms of Mike Johnson on this certain issue, yes, there are some that are valid, like they should have dealt with this months ago, I agree with that. Like, this package should have been dealt with 3 months ago, back in February or March, or just the start of it, just the start of some cuts, because that would have given people some confidence that they would have done something different. But it is the middle of May, almost June, actually, and as of now, there's been no DOGE cuts. So, yeah, I can understand why people are critical and not happy about this, but to say that they've done nothing and they're never going to pass anything, that's not true. That's not the point of this bill. The point of the bill is to save Medicaid, to get the people that shouldn't be on it off of it. That's the whole point. It's $1.6 trillion in savings. I know a large chunk of that's going to border security and to the defense budget. I get that, but it's still a huge cut. When you do all the math, it is still a net cut. That's a good starting point. And that's what Musk doesn't understand. Yes, there's some increases to spending like defense and the border. But the border is needed. We need to spend money on mass deportations, which we need more of. We need way more than 3,000 a day or whatever. We need like 10,000 a day. But it's a good starting point. It's worth it. It's a good investment. But it's still a net cut. That's what some people are not understanding. And Mike Johnson's making it clear that they're going to use the appropriations process to get real cuts through. They're going to use the system to actually get cuts that they usually couldn't get through. That's what they're going to try to do. That's their plan. And it looks like the pressure is working. There's been a lot of public pressure and backlash against the GOP for not doing anything. And in the last 24 to 48 hours, a bunch of them are finally saying, okay, we support the DOGE cuts. We are getting a package from the White House soon to get these cuts through. It's just the way it works. I know it's stupid. But even Mike Johnson is saying, we're going to get this through. Elon Musk and DOGE, they've done a great job. And I'm hoping this is the Republican majority waking up and realizing, oh, wait, the base wants stuff. They want us to do really anything, just anything worthwhile. Just anything. You can cut spending just even a little bit. Give people something to celebrate about. Right now, they have passed nothing. And who knows, maybe we get even more cuts with the Senate bill. We don't know. I mean, that's what even Trump said today. Trump kind of said they're going to negotiate with the Senate to get even more cuts through, because he even said that the House bill, yeah, it includes good stuff like no tax on tips, all that stuff, some spending cuts here and there. It doesn't include everything he wanted. That's what Trump said today. So I'm hoping that's a sign they get even more through, and hopefully that makes Elon Musk a bit happier, because right now, he does not seem happy whatsoever, which I understand the DOGE cuts haven't happened yet, but it's not because it's never going to happen. I know some people are worried about that. This is the Republican Party. These people are not that smart. I get that. But even Trump is talking about it now. Even Mike Johnson is saying it. Even some more moderate Republicans, they're saying, yeah, maybe we should get these cuts through because our voters want us to pass it. Yeah, no shit. We voted for you for a reason. Not because we like you, but because you promised to work with President Trump and even Elon Musk on getting something done. Even if it's only 100 billion or 200 billion, it's a start. That's what we need to do. Just something. Give people confidence that you're actually cutting spending. That's what people are asking for. And as for the part where Musk says, oh, the deficit's going way up because of the spending increases, no. The only reason that the deficit's going up, in quotation, is because of the tax stuff. And Stephen Miller brought up a good point. He said, listen, the CBO is full of crap. They're lying about the deficit. They're not accounting for the fact that we're going to have economic growth. And they're claiming, oh, the extension of the tax cuts are going to magically cost the government $4 trillion. Huh? That doesn't make any sense. So yeah, their entire theory is the reason we're having an increased deficit is because we're extending the same tax code. Really? You're not costing anyone anything. And a quick reminder, back in 2017, these same experts were claiming that Trump's tax cuts were going to cut revenue in half. We're going to be bankrupt by 2018. It's all over. And after the tax cuts, yeah, the deficit went up, but revenue soared. It's as if we're spending too much money. So, listen, we'll see what happens. I understand why Elon Musk is frustrated. I would be too. If I'm in his shoes, it's like, wait, I was promised we're going to codify the DOGE cuts very soon. And it's almost June and there's been nothing? Really? So let us hope this is a start of real cuts, real reform, because we need it. There's a lot of people that like Trump, they like what he's doing, but they want something codified. They just want anything, just something different. Not the same old, oh, we'll wait 5 years to maybe enact this tax cut or whatever. No, we want it done now. Do it ASAP so you can focus on other important things like the corrupt judges. Go after them and that'll make people happy. Do something different. Don't do the same game of, well, maybe we'll cut something, but, you know, we got to spend even more money on God knows what. No. The people demand real reform. They want this. And Republicans don't get that. The average American that voted for Trump, they support this. They love what he's doing. They're saying, hell yes. We want these huge spending cuts across the board, especially when it comes to Medicaid with illegals. And that's a big part of this bill. It goes after illegal aliens, making it less likely for them to be on the system, which theoretically should make them more likely to self-deport. It's a win-win for everybody. Saves the taxpayer a bunch of money. It gets illegals off the system, which saves even more money. And it theoretically should get these people out of our country. So let us hope they get a deal done, maybe a bit more cuts here and there, and immediately, I'm talking about like tomorrow, begin codifying the DOGE cuts. Don't wait 5 months to codify it now. The base is furious. They want change, and they will give you praise if you do this. They may say it took you long enough, but hey, at least you got it done. It may be only $10 billion to start with, but it's $10 billion we saved. We do that every couple weeks. We're talking about potentially hundreds of billions of dollars saved every single year. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. Godspeed to all of you.